Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo. Today's video is all about the Joy of Blue, and I'm going to redo this necklace. Each month, Crafting and Relaxing hosts a collaboration challenge for whoever wants to join in to create something with the color of blue, blue being her very favorite color. And it could be anything. I always do jewelry because that's what I do. As far as the favorite color of blue, I love blue also. It is one of my 4 major favorite colors. This particular blue being the blue that I like to work with most. Several years ago, I actually received, I think, pretty much everything in this necklace from a bargain bead box. I made this very long necklace and never wore it. This starfish actually was a lot brighter, and over the years it has tarnished, even though I did put it in a plastic bag. Normally I have found that if I get one of those cleaning cloths, those jewelry cloths, I can buff the tarnish out. But I'll be honest with you, I kind of like the way it looks. I don't like it on this. So when I take this apart, this will be for another project some other day. And I'm going to use these crystals and some of these pearls, and I'll probably try to find some other stuff to go into a piece. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut this and take it all apart. All right. We know we're not going to use the starfish this time. I don't think I'm going to use these bead caps. Might use these spacers. So I'm just going to separate the spacers and the pearls and the blue beads. These are really pretty. They remind me of the Caribbean. And they do look nice with these white pearls. Got those. Once I get these all separated out, next thing I want to do is figure out if I want more than just these beads or if I want to add a little bit more variety. I'll be honest with you, I think I want to add a little bit more variety. So I'm going to go dig around in my stash and see what I got that I think will go. So I think I figured out what I'm going to do. I'm definitely going to be using these. And the necklace all these came off of mostly had the white pearls with the blue crystals. I'm going to switch it up. We're going to have more blue crystals and less of the white pearls. And look what I made. I am practicing on some Natasha beads. That's what these are called, made out of polymer clay. And so I really like the colors in here, and I think this is going to go really well with these. And so I dug around a little bit in my stash, and I found these pink glass beads, and I've got some more I'm going to just kind of put through all here. I'm probably going to use the chain that was on that necklace. So this is basically what we have for our piece this time. I'm going to use these clamshell bead tips, and then I need a couple of little tiny silver tone seed beads. So the first thing I'm going to do is put one of these clamshell bead tips on the end, and I'm going to tie 2 knots. There's 1 and 2. These knots are on top of each other. Make sure they're tight. And then I'm going to just close this bead tip up with the knot inside and clip the excess off here. And then I'm going to start stringing my beads, starting with a silver tone seed bead, and then I'll do pink, and then one of the pearls, and every other bead I'm going to put pink in, so it's just sprinkled throughout. Then I'm going to do 3 of these, of course with the pink beads in between. And that is our pattern. I'll just have to start all over again. See, there's our pattern. I got to start all over with the white and string all the rest of these up with this in the middle. All right, so I've got them all strung up, and I ended with the pink bead and the little tiny silver tone seed bead. And now I've got to put this clam shell bead tip on here, tie 2 knots, feed them in there, and then we've got to work on the chain. So you need one of these, something that you can feed your knot into the opening of this. And you want it tight but not too tight where it's going to not be pliable. And you tie 2 knots that go in there. And you want to make sure it doesn't go behind the hook, that it actually goes inside the opening. Once it's in there, just like the other side, you close it up. And you clip it off. And make sure nothing's sticking out of there, and if it is, just poke it back in there. So we are done with this part of the necklace. Now we got to figure out how long we want this thing. So I want this to roughly be 18 inches. I got to take into consideration the clasp here though, and that usually runs about 1 inch depending on what kind of clasp you're going to use. And also you've got to remember, not only do you have the clasp, but many times you have the jump ring or the split ring that you've got to take into consideration. So I'm going to measure this. The beaded part is about 10 inches, so we need another 8 inches, which 4 inches on each side. But I need to figure out what clasp I'm going to put on here before I actually decide how much chain I need. I want to go ahead, I've picked this lobster claw and make sure it works, which it does. And because we have a pretty big chain here, I don't think I'm going to need a jump ring, because this could actually, whoever wears this, they could shorten it to whatever length they want, because this lobster claw is going to fit in the lengths. So, but we do need a jump ring. So I'm going to open this up. Whoops. I'm going to try to open this up. Try that again. There we go. We're going to open it up. Put it on the chain. Close it back up. And then we can do our measuring. One thing about this chain, because it is big enough, I can actually open up the links to it, take off what I need, and close it back up. So you want to make sure it does get closed back up. So I have my pieces of chain cut to the length I wanted them. And I'm going to go ahead and add them to this. Just gently closing those up. And we are done with our necklace. I think I might want to add one more thing. As soon as I get these all closed up. I have this little pink charm here I think I might want to add to the back. So I'm going to open this jump ring back up and just slide it on there. And it just gives it a little added touch. To find the opening here. Open it back up again. And put that on there. Close it back up. And we are all complete. I think I like this side the best. So that is my completed project for this month, October 2021's Joy of Blue Challenge, hosted by Crafting and Relaxing. I'd like to thank her for giving this opportunity to all of us to create with some really pretty blues. By the way, what is your favorite color of blue? Like I said, this is mine, the Caribbean blue. I encourage you to check out all the other participants in this challenge. Just use the hashtag Joy of Blue on YouTube or Instagram, and you'll see a whole bunch of us there. And there's people who do beading, but there's also people who do other crafts like paper crafts, and I don't know, just there's a lot of different crafts out there. Anyway, a thumbs up would be appreciated. Mostly though, I hope y'all have a fantastically wonderful day. This is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye-bye.